You're now listening to You're Not Alone podcast. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing good. I am back. Um, Today's been good. Today's been a great day for me. I thank God. Man, I hope everyone is having a good day. A great, fantastic day. I hope you guys are doing everything you're supposed to do. I hope you're, enjoying life, living life the way you're supposed to live it. And, taking it one day at a time, as we all should. Um, Man, let's just dive into it. Yeah. Um, I was gonna speak about something else, but maybe I might delay it for the next episode. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Well, if you were gonna do it, why did you tell us? Why not just keep it to yourself and do it?" Right? I don't know. I just felt like telling you guys. There was a friend of mine that I used to work with him. I actually saw him earlier this week. I was at a car wash and, bumped into him, you know, uh, with his wife. His wife was in the car. They were just like, chopping it up and everything. And, man, he's such an amazing man. Great guy. Oh, man. The conversations are always amazing, always beautiful with him, And like I said, we used to work together a few years ago. So I haven't seen him in so long. So at first he actually didn't even recognize me, you know, because my dreads are like longer than what it used to be, I think, about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And by the way, these are all natural. Just wanted to put that in there. This is all natural. Okay. It's all natural. So I've been you know, I do my best to take care of it and everything. But yes, guys, it's all natural. And I think I'm going on 4 years now, I believe, with doing dreads. Yeah, I'll say 4 years. It's been 4 years, but that's besides the point. Let's go back to the point. Um, so we met and then we were just speaking and and he told me about his wife being sick and everything. I really don't want to go into details about what it is in particular, but maybe people will be able to tell. Without me going into details, he was like, "Yeah, the doctors are giving her about 90 months, 90 something months to live. I mean, treatment has started, so let's see how it goes." Man, that hurt me. It hurt me for sure, and then he hit me differently, you know, because like I said, this is such an amazing guy. His wife is amazing. We actually, all of us worked together when I was working, a previous job. I'm not going to tell you guys what it was. Um, we worked together. Amazing couple, amazing couple. Man, I can't even stress how amazing these people are. Amazing couple. We all work together. So seeing him again after a few years and just catching up with him and seeing how everything is going, family and, all this and all that. And then when he said that, it hit me. It hurt me and it hit me. I said, wow. And I said, man, I'll be praying for you guys, man. And I told him, I said, listen, you're a strong man. And she's a strong woman. Um, I said, I have no doubt that you guys are going to pull through this. And I told him, and I said, and God is with you. I have no doubt that you guys are going to pull through this. I know how strong you are. I know how strong she is. I brought that story up a little bit just to speak on something today. Like I said, I didn't plan on speaking about it, but all of a sudden I said, I just changed my mind. Man, sometimes we think we have all the time in the world and we don't. And like I said, I know they're going to pull through this because I know and I believe in them. And I am constantly praying for them and I know they're going to pull through it. But when he said the 90 months thing or the 90 something months thing around that ballpark, that's the time like that's the time they gave her like to live type situation. That's what they're estimating. Man, it hit me. Like I said, like sometimes we think we have all the time in the world and we don't. Why do I say this? And this is not just about the thing that my friend told me about. I started thinking about so many things in my life in general and a lot of people's lives. Let's move away from what I just spoke to you guys about right now. Just that little detail. Let's move away from that a little bit. We sometimes deviate from doing what's important in our lives, or sometimes we ignore the things that are very important in our lives and do the things that are less important or less relevant because we feel like we have all the time in the world. And I'm speaking about me myself. And in reality, that's not true. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? Yes, we live in the present, but we work towards the future. But nobody knows the future. Nobody knows that. We don't know what can happen tomorrow to any of us. And guys, please, okay, now I don't want anybody to take this and be like, hey, what's wrong with this guy? No, I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine, okay? I am. But, on a more serious note, like, it hit me differently for me to say, man, there's been so many times where I think, oh, yeah, I have all the time in the world to do this certain thing that I feel like is very important to me, very relevant to me, or something that I think I have to do, a responsibility. I'm like, uh, I mean, what's the rush? Like I have all the time in the world. And then that mindset has killed me a lot because every time I'm like, and this used to be me, obviously, that's not who I am anymore. But I'm like, hey, what's the rush? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still gonna take care of that thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna take care of it. I can just like, do other side quests and everything. The truth about it is, yes, sometimes the phrase, what's the rush, in certain situations is true, right? It's very accurate. Sometimes there's certain situations in your life, you have to slow down. You know what I'm saying? Like, rushing is never good. Like, I'm a type of person, rushing is never good. I know that for sure. I don't like to rush. Anytime I'm rushing to do something, 90 something percent of the time, I never get that thing done the way I want to do it. But when I take my time and I'm not rushing and I'm in a calm state, I take care of whatever it is I'm supposed to take care of 100% the way it's supposed to be. So rushing is never good. But what I'm trying to get to is when we say, what's the rush in certain situations? True, what's the rush? There's no need to rush, but does not mean that you should completely ignore taking care of that important thing you're supposed to take care of or doing that important thing you're supposed to do. Whatever it is, you know better than anybody will because it's your life. You know there's certain important things to do or there's certain things not to do at a certain time, right? The what's the rush mentality sometimes kills us. And like I said, even though the phrase is not bad, but certain situations, it shouldn't be used, right? So like I was saying, me personally, and I know a lot of people actually even watch it, can probably think of their own lives and their own situations and be like, hey, no, like, that is definitely true. There's certain important tasks or certain important things in my life that I've delayed myself from doing it. I've delayed myself from taking care of those things because I keep saying, hey, what's the rush? It is what it is. That thing is still going to be there tomorrow or the next or whatever. But the truth about it is we don't know that. We really don't know that. I don't just speak about things, I speak about people too. There's certain people in our lives that we're like, hey, I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter that me and this person are in this type of situation. What do I mean by that? Maybe you're not really speaking to that person, or you guys have a type of conflict or whatever, you know, and you tell yourself, give it time. To be honest, that is true. Also, there's certain conflicts or certain situations in life where like you have someone that's very close to you, someone that means so much to you, and maybe you guys are not like gelling well, or you guys are not, you have a disconnect. I like using that word, disconnect. You have a disconnect with that person. So you tell yourself, you say, hey, give it time, you know, time heals certain things. That is true, definitely. But there's certain situations where it's not about time. It's about you. It's about you removing that ego and that pride that you have and reaching out to that person to make things right. Like I said, situations are different. In certain situations, you need time. You need that person to get to a place where they're mentally and emotionally ready to connect with you. And you also need to give yourself time to get to a place where you are mentally and emotionally connected, or you're mentally, emotionally, and you, I'm sorry, guys, let's do that again. You also need to give yourself time for you to be mentally and emotionally ready to connect to that person. Guys, I'm sorry, these tongue ties, they happen sometimes, all right? I'm human. Don't be too hard on me. Don't be too hard on me. I'm human. Um, so time, definitely certain situations where time is needed, and then there's certain situations where you really don't need time. What you need is good and healthy communication. What you need is you taking away your ego and your pride and getting in contact with that person. Now, there's certain situations where you might do that, and that person is not going to receive it well, as much as you have tried to reach out and contact this person. Here is what I'd say about a situation like that, because a lot of people have experienced that. Definitely. Here's what I would say about a situation like that. You have done your part, and you know deep down that you have tried to communicate in the best way possible, or to reach out to that person and to have a healthy conversation with that person. But if that person is just not receiving it well, you have done your part. It's time for you to let that thing go then. What I'll say is don't force it. Let it go. If you know you have done your part, because at the end of the day, how can you force someone that does not want to listen to you? You can't. How can you force someone to listen to you when that person has made up their mind not to hear a thing that you have to say? They have made up their mind already about whatever it is that you're about to come and say to them. So it's not like you coming to speak to them. It's a clean slate and they're listening and absorbing every information or absorbing everything that you're saying, right? It's not that. It's in their minds, they have already decided that whenever you come to speak to them or you reach out to them, it's a no-go. They're not going to take whatever it is that you're saying. They're not going to take it. And people like that, they have rebuttals. So which means the first few words that you say when you're reaching out to them, they have a clap back quickly. People like that, let it go. I've experienced so much of that in my life. Trust me, let it go. Because it's going to affect you mentally. That person is going to be fine. You are not. So, like I said, there's certain situations where when that happens and you know you have reached out in that way and that person is just blocking you out, shutting you down, or the clapbacks are quick, and you know deep down that you're doing the best that you can to communicate in a healthy way, and that person is just not trying to receive it in any way, shape, or form, that person is not trying to understand or even listen to you at all to understand, let that go. Don't force it. And tell yourself, hey, I have done the best that I can, and I have done everything that I can. I'm going to fall back. Hopefully that person is ready sometime, and then we can have that conversation. But right now, it's not going to work. So fall back. I hope we're still on the same page. I hope everyone is still with me here. I hope so. So going back to doing what's important, right? Not delaying to do what's important. I've already spoken about the part of certain people in your life that are very important to you, and you know you should bridge the gap in whatever disconnect that you people have. Now, there's certain tasks, like I was speaking about earlier. I didn't really get into it. There's certain tasks or certain things that you know that you should do, but then you delay it. It could be business ideas. It could be maybe job applications, certain jobs that you want to apply for, but then you keep pushing it away. It could be anything. It could be even in your relationships as well. Family or your partner, whatever, wife, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, whatever. It could be in that too, where it's like there's certain things that you feel like in your relationship you can do to make that person feel your presence, to make that person feel like you care. And you know that if you do those things, it's really going to help your relationship a lot. It's going to help your family. It's going to help the progress in building a deeper connection with your family or with your partner, right? But then you keep telling yourself, yeah, I know if I do this, it's, it's going to help, but what's the rush? I'll do it next time. What's the rush? Tomorrow comes. What's the rush? I'll do it next time. There's a particular job that you want to apply for. You're like, but I have something good going on right now. If I apply for that job, I think I'm going to get it. I think I'm going to get it. What's the rush? Let me just leave that one for the next 2 years. Maybe the next 2 years I'll probably apply for it. Or there's a business idea that you have and you say, what's the rush? I have a job that I'm working at right now. It's beautiful, it's amazing, it's doing everything it's supposed to. What's the rush? I'll do it later. Keep postponing that thing. My thing is, like I said, certain situations, true, no need to rush. But then there's certain situations you need to act. You need to act on that thought. Because like I said, the sad part is we don't know what can happen tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. But we don't know. We live in the present. The past is the past, so I don't even want to speak about the past. The past should never be brought up. The past should never affect the present. So that's why I will never speak about the past. It's gone. That's yesterday's problem. We live in the present and we work towards the future. But we don't know what the future would bring. So in situations like that I just mentioned a few minutes ago, where we keep saying, what's the rush? I'll just leave it for tomorrow or next time or next year. I'll take my girlfriend out next year. I'll take my girlfriend out next week, in 2 weeks. Or I'll get this for my wife next time. She'll understand. Yes, it's true that person doesn't know. Or for the ladies, because the ladies are going to say, hey, why are you not speaking about me? Nah, let me do it for you. You can say, oh yeah, that thing that I want to do for my husband, I'll do it next time. That thing I want to do for my boyfriend. Oh, I'll do it for him next time, or I'll get it for him next time. All that, all that. You might be right in that moment. But like I said, we don't know what next time is going to look like. We don't know. Or that family member that is in need. Let me speak about that a little bit. That family member that is in need of something, and you have the tools to help them. That friend that's in need, that friend, and you have the resources to help them. But then you say, next time, yeah, I'll help them with that thing next time. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen next time. And I'm not saying anything's going to happen to any of these people or any situation like this. No, I'm not saying that. Not at all. But like I said, from me speaking to a friend of mine that I just met 2 days ago, it changed a lot of things for me. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what tomorrow holds. Only God knows. Only God decides what our tomorrow will be, which is why we pray for a better tomorrow every day. We live in the present that we pray for a better tomorrow. We get on our knees and pray to God that our tomorrow is fruitful because we don't know. So we pray to God who knows. As people, I want us to all be, or I want us to do a better job, all of us, including myself, to do a better job at understanding that we don't know what our tomorrow will bring. We don't know what tomorrow is. And if we are in a position or we have the resources to do certain things for the people that we love and we care about, to reach out to the people that we love and we care about, to be there for them, if we have the means to do that, guys, please, let's do that. If you have the means to reach out to this friend, to help this friend, and you know this is someone who's really close to you, close to your heart, let's do our best to be there for them and use whatever resources that we have and we feel that can help them. Let's do our best to use that for them. Family as well, your partner as well, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Let's stop postponing certain things that we know we can take care of today. Let's stop pushing it for tomorrow because we don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't. Let's do our best to take care of the present. Let's do our best to be present in people's lives right now. Not tomorrow, right now. If you have certain things that you know that you can do for your partner and you feel like that is going to help you and your partner grow in a lot of ways. Partner, I mean, in a relationship. If you know there's certain things that you can do, don't postpone it. Do it.